Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Yap City, episode 3. I'm Gracie Taylor.
I'm Taylor Enright. We have a very special guest.
I'm nobody. Okay. I'm Elysse DaVega. I also go by Elysse Speaks on my social media, or more recently, Taught Polyglot. And yeah, that's it. All right, thanks for coming back.
That's all, you guys. So why are you here? Why are you in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I feel out of place as fuck in here. Wait, can I curse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles this weekend just for a video shoot. I don't know if you guys watch Jubilee. It's this YouTube channel where they just get people together and do games and discussions and shit like that. And one of the series they do is called Odd One Out, where it's like they'll get like 5 people of the same background in a room, and one of them is a fake, and I have to like find out who's the fake. So they did an Odd One Out Latinos episode, and they found me through my social media, and they found like my videos in Spanish and Portuguese, and they were like, do you want to be in the video? And I said, yeah. So I came here. They didn't pay me at all, but I thought it would be good.
Air it out.
No, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I thought it'd be good for the exposure.
Yeah.
To kind of branch out of my audience that I already have. So
I think it's cool. I'm excited to see you in the video.
I'm terrified. I might not even watch it, honestly. I don't know. I just keep cringing thinking about every like thing that I said, and I hope that the editors, they give me a good cut. But
They'll do you well.
Hopefully,
let's hope.
So you only get money if you win the cash prize.
Yeah, and it's $250.
Wow.
The thing is, it's really hard. The person who's like the fake in these videos, it's called the mole, and they very rarely win, honestly. It's like they have to be bulletproof. And I knew that I wasn't gonna win. But yeah, it's $250 and you split it. Like if the other people win against you, they get to split it, but if the mole wins, then they take all the money. But yeah.
I love that you were the mole.
I know.
I think that's so fun.
It
Like,
was,
you were the mole.
Yeah, in this episode specifically, we said that I should be like pretend to be Brazilian, because they decided that this is the whole thing, but they were like, we're not going to do the episode blindfolded, because it doesn't, like, being Latino doesn't just look one way, which I agree.
Right.
But I knew there was no way I was going to survive until the end, because it's like, if it's just me and the last person up there, and the other person, like, definitely, I don't know. I feel like because the no blindfolds, it really played against my favor. Because, for example, at one point they were like, oh, we all have like the Latino vaccination, like the smallpox scar that people have, you know? And I don't have that. So like, you can try to play it off and be like, oh, I got vaccinated in the US and stuff like that, but like, they know that you can lie.
Right.
Yeah. But
No,
yeah.
the people are good on that show about like pointing out who is not the person who they say they are.
Yeah.
And I feel like every time they're very good about like picking it out. I love watching those. I like watching Cody Co react to those.
I felt like, oh my god.
You think Cody Co's gonna react to you?
I'd be so mad. I feel like I was going into the CIA leading up to it, or like under the witness protection program, because I was trying to like adopt a fake identity, be like, I saw Lu, my name's Luisa, I'm from Brazil, blah blah blah, and I was just like memorizing all the facts that like Brazilians are supposed to have loaded into the chip in their brains, and still didn't work though. I got voted out in the second round.
It was so fucking funny.
It's okay.
Is it hard to like lie? Are you a good liar?
I'm a great liar, actually, which sucks. Like, okay, and I say that not in a bad way, just in the sense of like, I'll just make some shit up just to like fool somebody and then they'll believe it and things like that. But I'm very convincing. But yeah, I think I tried to play on several things. Like, I wore my flip-flops to the shoot because Brazilians always wear like
They got the chanclas on.
Literally, like actually the chinelas. And yeah, I was also like trying to like, you know, keep my body language cool, not like, you know, shake my leg or look like chew on my lip or look unsure of myself, but still it didn't, because there was another Brazilian girl there and she clocked me too fast. My strategy going in was I need to get her out ASAP, because the rest of them, they were Hispanic, like not Brazilian, so they don't always know about Brazil the way that Brazilians know about Hispanic culture. So I was like, she's the one that's going to be able to plant doubts about me, so I need to get her the fuck out. But
did you?
No one voted her out except for me. I was just like, every round I was like, Paulina.
Nina.
Sorry, Paulina.
Nina.
But yeah. Anyways.
Poor Paulina.
Poor
Beautiful name.
It is.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's it. I didn't win, but I thought it'd be fun. I tried. Yeah.
You posted up from the green room. It looked cool. Because do they film the button videos there too, or is that a different company?
It's a button video.
The button, the dating show, where they like tap the button.
I don't
It's
know.
like
I'm not
speed
sure.
dating.
Is that Jubilee or is that? I think that might be Nectar.
No idea.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no, that Jubilee owns Nectar.
Oh.
They made us do. They called them CTAs, like call to actions. They made us do the CTAs with our like personal interviews after the shoot, and I had to like. I didn't realize I was gonna be doing this, but they made me like do sponsorship for Nectar.
She was like, "Did you like hold up the do or drink game or whatever they?"
No, it was like I'm really bad at memorizing lines, but the director, she came up, she was like, "All right, so here's you have to say this," and it was like, am I Latina? It's rude to ask, but you know what you can't ask me about is my love print. The Nectar app says that I'm a RWPO. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what this means, and I didn't realize I was gonna be doing that.
And they
Wait,
did not
is it
pay
like
you?
No.
no?
Oh my god.
Like what?
Anyways,
They said, "Hey, do this sponsorship for us real quick. Thank you so much."
and the other girl, they had me and the actual Brazilian girl do CTAs, and like she's an actress, like, and she lives in LA. She has like a huge following and shit, and she
Oh,
like
really?
got the lines down like ASAP. But I'm just a fucking YouTuber, so I was like,
Yeah, Elysse told me earlier. She's like, "Yeah, I have to sometimes repeat lines to myself like
Yeah.
5 times before I
No.
can record it, or I have to do it like 5 times." I mean, that's so real.
It's
Even after-
hard.
yeah.
That's when you get
yourself on
fucking
camera.
frustrated when you're filming a video and you're like, "Is this translating right now too?"
Like I'll film some shit and then I'll look at it a week later when I start to edit it, and I like will have to like start calming myself down in the video because I'll be like, like I'll stutter something 5 times and get really fucking like riled up.
Oh my.
You're like, "Fuck,
Anyways,
this is not the vibe."
yeah,
Damn, it is hot as hell out here. But anyways,
I'm wearing all black.
I know for real. These boots are like, you can feel the heat on them.
You can crack an egg on these bitches.
For real. Y'all ready to cook? We don't even need to go to the grills over there. They're right here. But yeah, so how do we know each other? Let's tell the crowd how we know each other. We always like to share. Taylor and I shared how we met, so might as well share how we know
I
each
remember
other.
the day that I met you, but I don't remember
Yeah.
if you realized that was me that day.
Wait, no.
We met our friend Desi. She was doing like a shoot with our other friend Paige on the rooftop of like our college building.
Yes, and I was in my rollerblades.
Yeah, and I was like, who's this? But you had blonde hair back then.
Oh, Lord.
And I feel like you didn't really talk to me. I was like, she hates me.
Why did I do
I don't know,
that?
I didn't know. Honestly, first impressions for me are like I get really anxious about them, and I'm just like, oh, this person doesn't like me. Because I don't know. I think when I meet someone and I'm nervous about it, I tend to talk a lot.
Yes.
So when that doesn't manifest in other people, I'm just like, they fucking hate me. But yeah, that
Oh,
was a
I'm
lie.
so sorry
No,
that
it's
I made
fine.
you
I'm
feel
not
that
like
way.
carrying that all the time.
I hate that. No,
No,
because
but-
I felt that way so many times before as well. So that's what I do now is when I meet people, I try to overcompensate. And then sometimes I'm like, damn, did I just talk their ass off?
No, I mean, I was a rando. Yeah, I was a civilian. You
I
had
probably was
nothing
just roller
to-
skating and minding my business. But I do remember meeting you that day.
Yeah.
But then so Elysse and I met at Flagler College. Shout out Flagler College. Let's go Saints.
Sort of.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
It's all right. But
all
yeah,
right.
that's where we went to school. We both were in the same-ish major.
Yeah, digital media production, but it had
Mhm.
like 2 different tracks. So I was in the journalism track, and you were in media production.
Media production.
I literally switched from one to the other because one professor told me that I was a good writer.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm such a good boy. I was like, okay, I'll do journalism. Chapman.
Okay. Shout out Paige Chapman. If you're watching this, Paige Chapman.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the professors at school were really nice. I'm curious to hear how like our school compares to Taylor, because Taylor also went to school.
Just graduated.
For film?
Just
Congrats,
graduated.
congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, how are the professors at the new school? Are they like very involved or?
Oh. Sorry, critters out
Yeah, there were some critters over there.
What was I gonna say? It's definitely a different paced academic form. I feel like there's a lot of theory involved, which I don't know, I feel like that differs from a lot. It's also like just very politically active school, so
Mhm.
there's just a lot of like movement around that and a lot of research and people who are making pretty prominent areas in the theory area. But I took more of a production route too, so I feel like that's probably where we all kind of combined the
Oh,
most.
yeah.
Like I did some of that stuff in the journalism side. There was like there was one class about like documentary filmmaking. We did photojournalism, but it wasn't really about like the, I don't know, aesthetic or like the cinematic impact. It was more just like convey information in like an organized but still stimulating way. But yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because with journalism and documentary, you're doing a lot of like research into newer stuff. Like you're always kind of
Honestly, I think it's a really good major to like just develop people skills as well, because I like lost my fear of approaching strangers and interviewing them and stuff like that.
That's
Also,
awesome.
honestly though, sometimes like my other classmates, I feel like we should have had like literally a class on interviewing, or at least like some type of, because like people don't know how to interview. But yeah, I feel like
That
it's
is so
helped me.
true.
It's like people ask yes or no questions and act like that's a stimulating interview. But yeah, no, I feel like it also, like aside from like the actual media skills, there was a lot of like applicable, just existing in the world type of skills. Like I was just talking about before we started filming, like a media law class that I took. That was my favorite class ever.
Right.
You hated it?
I hated it.
I loved media
That's
law.
so funny because we just ran into one of my friends from college at the Silver Lake Flea. We were talking about college because we were all in the same major, and I was like, hated media law. He's like, fuck media
It
law.
was the best. I actually liked it because it was like
I'm glad that you liked it.
real cases, and we would just like pick them apart, and it was a lot of
That's so
information
fun.
memorized. But
Mhm.
like learning about copyright, that's very relevant.
I think it was very cool, but I think it was just very tough because
For
it was
sure.
a lot of information.
Yeah, it's definitely a study class.
I would say I enjoyed the class, but the tests were what made me mad.
I don't like tests.
I'm not a good test taker.
I feel like that's very important, like asset to have though when you're going into media, because I kind of wish I had a bit more of that.
Like
in my
knowledge about
major.
intellectual property and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, knowing your rights and knowing like where you shouldn't like infringe and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially if you're working in media versus like doing like academia work. It's like
Yeah.
you kind of got to know where you
the-
stand and.
There's a lot of misconceptions about free speech as well, and like how, to what point is hate speech legal and stuff like that, or like that we learned, and it was really interesting. However, I am in the process now of trademarking something for the first time ever, which is really weird. Oh,
Nice.
look at that.
Oh, period. Oh,
A
The crane?
truck with a camera crane just passed by.
it's
They're
called the
filming-
Black Unicorn.
Filming a veteran movie out here.
They're filming the cookout.
What was I saying? But yeah, I'm in the process of registering my first trademarks.
Turn
So,
up.
Nice.
yeah, that
Congrats.
knowledge is definitely coming. Yeah, it's definitely coming in handy. The crows are circling us like we're gonna die any
know.
second.
We're not gonna die today, y'all. Unfortunately. So with trademarking and stuff, how does that process go?
It's just I'm doing it through a lawyer, which is expensive, but it's worth it. But yeah, it's essentially, it takes like a year, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you have to go through a research process to see like what similar terms and, you know, anything is already being used that could be associated with you, and then, you know, anybody that's already using them, and yeah, and then it's just like you file it, and it just takes the USPTO, the Patent and Trademark Office.
Okay.
Like a year to actually file it. So
Wow.
that's why you should do it ASAP if you're thinking about registering any trademarks.
Register your trademark ASAP, baby.
Register them. Anyways, that's boring.
So with like the degrees and stuff, you know, like we all each have a degree in some sort of production field.
To a degree.
To a degree. What do you think? Like, what are y'all's opinions on like how that's applicable to life post graduation? Like with what you want to do and what you're currently doing.
I feel like you're maybe in a better.
Right.
You're fresher.
Right now feels like a lot of pressure. I think a lot of like it's very hard to come out of your graduation and get a job as fast as you can and try to work. So yeah, I think what's hardest for me is like not being in an academic setting. Like as much as I enjoyed going the production route, I think I kind of miss being engaged in like theory and education and like pushing further and like learning new things. It's very hard to like have the discipline to want to like learn things, which I feel like you could kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely like, when it comes to post-grad life, I always joke like, oh, I didn't even need to go to school, which I feel like I didn't, but also I feel like the work that I do and my perspective on things would be really different if I hadn't gone to school. I feel like that
Definitely.
was the biggest thing. It's just like, I don't even know. Our school wasn't that diverse, so I'm not going to be like, oh, meeting new people, but you know.
Yeah, there was like 2,000 people there.
Literally. And they were all like white
Yep.
from like Charleston, New Jersey, the same 3 cities.
Literally
so-
everyone, the pipeline from Charleston to Flagler College was absolutely
I
insane.
don't know nobody out there. What was I gonna say? But yeah, no, just like it changed my perspective a lot, and also I had a lot of professors who like just encouraged me to think differently and, you know, be creative in certain ways. So it is not right to say that I like, oh, if I didn't go to school, everything would be the same. But yeah, just because I'm not like using, I guess, my major directly right now, because I did journalism and I'm a content creator. So yeah, journalism to marketing to content creator pipeline. or more so just the journalism / media production and marketing. I just quit my marketing job of like a year and a half. So
You didn't tell me that.
I quit.
Oh my God.
Tomorrow. No, as of the 30th, I'm officially out. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I'm working at. Well, I guess I can talk about it because this will be out after I'm not with the company anymore. But yeah, it's like this startup. It's like a language learning app, and it's totally going under, I feel like. So
Oh, Lord.
I was just like, I gotta go. Because we went from salaried to hourly in October. So just the thought of like having to count my hours and like, I don't even know. Like there was times where I would have nothing to do, and you know, my boss is also very domineering and doesn't like to delegate and wants everything to be done his way. So I was just like, all this shit, like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to keep things anonymous, I won't mention the name, but not a good, for me, a person who like, I just like, I don't think I can like continue working for other people. I think I just need to do my own thing at this point. And yeah, it's a weird position to be in when you're just like, but I don't want to do any of this.
Was it a very corporate sphere too?
Not super, like, it was like a small startup, so it's like to a point, yes, we're using all the acronyms, like, we need a PRD, like product requirements development, and like EOD, end of day. Like there is that kind of like, you know, there is that kind of like vibe, but it wasn't that bad in terms of like the environment. It was all virtual anyway, so it's just like virtual. I'm not talking about like at school. It was all remote.
All virtually.
Job.
Get on Google Meet.
Zoom class.
Literally. But yeah, no, it's just not right. And it's like when you feel like I feel like I was kind of just clinging onto it for like extra safe money. Like, oh, this is something that if I log hours, I'll get money. But I'm at a point where I realized that I could be making a lot more money by quitting the job and investing in like my business. I feel so weird saying that, but I have started
My business.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. I really like that. And I think it's a good decision for you to make.
Yeah, I tried when I graduated. I actually like it was when I was still in like journalism mindset, right? So it's like you can either be a freelancer and chase editors and stories all day and like wait for them to pay you for like a month and like
net 30.
It's literally like it's just like
I hate net 30.
It's just like a weird endless cycle where you just feel like there's no consistency. So you can be a freelancer or you can work in a newspaper and have to do stories that you're not passionate about, don't care about, and like I hate working on shit that I'm not like passionate about. So I was like, so I have a YouTube audience and I just decided to like do content creation full time, but I had no idea where I was going to go with it, so it didn't go well. That's why I took the job, and yeah, that has led me to where I am now. Because I feel like I was kind of just like developing my shit in the background,
right?
While I feel like I'm talking so much. Sorry.
You're on Yap City.
Yeah, please.
Yap the way.
Yeah, I was
Yap
kind of
away,
just like using the job as kind of a cushion. In retrospect, I don't know if I had this in mind in the moment, but
I think that's a very valid thing.
Yeah, like building my raft, because I don't know, I
building
thought eventually
your bank account.
Literally, I was like, I have to leave at some point, but I need just like the money stability right now. So
I think that's what I like about our generation a lot, is that we have that mindset of everything is not forever, and especially every job is not forever. Like people get a corporate job and they're like, all right, I'm gonna be here till I fucking die. It's like, no, this shit doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
You should be able to have the freedom to float around and like figure out what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, and you guys were talking about in the last episode, or no, episode 1, about like creatives having like the survival jobs and shit like that. So I feel like in my case, I mean, I'm not like a creative, like, I don't know, film or like, I don't know, stuff, but I, you know, kind of am in the arts and creation.
You creative?
I'm creating. Well, yeah, that was kind of what it was for me. It's just like a survival job to get money, but still like having my own shit. Like you shouldn't, if you're in that position where you have like a survival job, don't let it get to the point where it like sucks all of your energy out and you don't have like, because you still need to be developing your own stuff in the background.
Definitely.
Anyway, you can't, either that, like developing a portfolio, I don't know, just doing freelance stuff anywhere that you can. So that you can be independent and maybe actually work towards something like that, because I just like need to work for myself at this point. Like I can't work for anybody else.
I think that's the way to go.
Honestly,
being your own boss is like boss mode.
Yeah, I'm grateful to be in that position finally, where I feel like I can manage it and not be like scrambling for money. It's still kind of rocky since I'm in that transition still, but yeah.
Jake Paul was onto something.
With what?
Being his own boss.
Like, we're not
like, I don't give a damn.
I mean,
about
like,
Jake
aren't
Paul.
like all YouTubers?
Yeah.
I mean, no, he started boxing, and then I think he just
Yeah.
YouTube was
We don't have to talk about Jake Paul. I feel like
Beast?
we've talked about Jake Paul in like almost every episode.
No,
I don't fucking know about that. I'm just like, okay.
It's just because we're in LA right now. I keep thinking about Jake Paul.
It's crazy. We're within 20 miles.
But
of
he's from Ohio,
Kardashians.
though.
I keep thinking about that. They're right there.
Who is?
The Kardashians. We're within,
Kim Kardashian.
we're within a 20-mile radius of them. And so yeah, if you guys need any messages delivered,
We'll
by
take it.
Carrier pigeon.
Where do they
drop that
live?
off.
In
Hidden
Calabasas?
Hills.
Hidden Hills?
Calabasas, Hidden Hills. Why do I know that?
So as you're starting your new company, how do you feel about like sustainable business practices and kind of how you converge that with language?
Oh wait, I haven't even really talked about my language things.
Yeah, we
yet.
should talk about your languages
Oh
first.
yeah,
and
because
then
I feel like I didn't
Oh,
say
shit,
that in the
sorry.
beginning. No, it's okay. I was just like, I feel like people need the context.
So you have a language background. What kind of media do you produce alongside that practice? How do you...
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, I love languages. It's my biggest hobby, and I've been making videos about it on YouTube and more recently Instagram for like 4 or 5 years or so. And yeah, I mean, I have a pretty big audience at this point, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, so I speak Spanish, Portuguese, French, German. I did sign language in college, but I'm kind of rusty. Turkish, Farsi is my most recent. But so yeah, I'm kind of in a point where I'm being a full-time creator again, where I'm just making videos and like. But what does that mean? You know, I actually recently started my business. That's what I talked about. I'm starting my trademark and stuff.
Fair enough.
So the thing is, like, as a creator, there's a couple, like, being a creator doesn't just mean you get, like, where does the money come from being, like, an influencer or a content creator, you know? It's, like, for a lot of people, it boils down to a couple different income streams. Like, of course, you have sponsorships, which is what a lot of people do. You have, you know, maybe passive income streams if you have, like, a product or, you know, if you have affiliate codes with, you know, brands and stuff like that. What else? AdSense, like monetization, money from the actual platforms that you post on. Or you can just, you know, start your own business and stuff like that. So of course I do sponsorships. I have passive products that I earn money on, like Notion templates for people studying languages. But more recently, I started kind of like a service-based community kind of brand called Taught Polyglot.
Tune in.
Very catchy, right? That's why I'm registering the trademark. But yeah, essentially, I think it'll just be my name for my brand going forward in general. Like, I would love to just have that handle, and just use it as like an umbrella company for everything I want to do. Like, you know, having a community, like a language learning community, you know, coaching, like language learning products, like digital products and things like that.
For sure.
Yeah, I just realized, like, there's this creator I follow, Joe Franco, who also is in the language and, like, I don't know, yeah, in the language sphere. And she, like, did an interview, like, a while ago talking about how creators need to not just, like, rely on sponsorships because it's not sustainable. Because, like, if you're always waiting, you're always on other people's terms, essentially, when you do sponsorships. It's
Definitely.
Like, here's the talking points. We need the video by this date. You know, can you make it seem authentic and things like that? Like, you're really into the product and stuff, and you know,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
feel like that should be the
sustainable
side
for
hustle. Like
Yeah,
the sponsorships can be the side hustle, and then like you should have a main hustle that like you are really passionate about and involved in, if it's feasible and if it's doable for that person. But with self-taught polyglot, like, when did you teach? I don't think I've ever asked you this. When did you like learn your first language?
I was a kid, so like my mom studied Spanish, and she like in college, and so I feel like she kind of gave me and my sisters the language bug. But I would say like 8 or so I kind of got into it for the first time. But it was just like, it's not me like sitting down and studying. It's like I was just like listening to a Spanish CD and like reading the lyric book, and I feel like it kind of went from there. But yeah, and then I got to high school and I had to take French, and I realized like, oh, this is easy because I already speak French, or I already speak Spanish. And there's a critter back there, I think.
What? What is that?
Is that a snake?
Where?
If it's a snake, I'm so out of here. There is something rustling.
Yeah, what the fuck
I
is
think it's
moving?
like chipmunks. I think they're just kind of
Chipmunks?
Be their home.
I don't
What do
know.
you mean? That's a lot of movement back there.
Well, yeah, what's all that movement back there? I'm just gonna
Or a squirrel.
hold on.
It's definitely not a snake. He's moving too skittish for a snake.
Yeah. Maybe he caught some prey. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, y'all.
Gotta preserve our life for a minute. You guys, she's going in.
I see.
It's like, I don't know.
Girl, I think it's in the ground.
Yeah, I think it's in a hole.
Maybe it was a snake. Yeah, because there was like holes all around here.
Snakes wouldn't move that brush like
Yeah, that was a little critter.
It would
some
like
sort.
be slower.
Oh, I don't know what we were talking about.
So we were talking about your first time
Languages.
learning
Anyways.
your first language, which was Spanish,
Yeah.
starting at a young age. So
So
when
sorry.
you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's like it just got easier kind of the more I did. Like, you know,
Right.
French was easier because I knew Spanish and they're related. And then when I decided to start German, it's like I just had the experience of learning 2 languages before. So I was like, it's kind of like you learn how to learn languages and like cut the bullshit and like find methods that you like and stuff that works for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I pretty much, I mean, yeah, I took classes in school and things like that, but most of it is like coming from self-study, which is the whole idea behind Self-Taught Polyglot. It's like, I think a lot of people think that they need to take, you know, language classes and textbooks always to learn a language, but with the internet today, like there's no reason you can't learn a language for free by yourself. So
It's so true. It just takes a lot of determination, I feel like. Like you talk about that a lot on your
yeah.
account. Like have you practiced like studying the language that you're trying to learn today? Like
Yeah.
it's
definitely like you have to know yourself very well and like be comfortable with making mistakes and things like that and looking like a fool because you will. Yeah. What about you, dude? You're learning Greek again, aren't you?
again. Yeah, I was
I feel like you restart every 6 months with a lot of like, passion, and then you're like,
then
okay.
I'm like I fell off. No, I've been watching a lot of like films and listening to a lot of music in Greek, and that's been helping me learn. So there's something back
Chipmunks,
there.
y'all. We're just gonna
But-
power through it.
That's been helping me learn how to speak Greek. When I was a kid, when I was about, you know, like 6 to 11 years old, I took Greek school
Oh, really?
it was like every 2 or 3 days after school a week, we would go to Greek school. So I was completely enrolled in a different school in a different language. And the fluency was there, but completely lost it because I didn't have interest. And
you're a kid, you don't realize, like, why that's
I hate that I wasn't interested in it because obviously that's the best time to learn a language as your children's brain is developing. It's the easiest way, and Greek is such a weird language. But yeah, I've just been
Offense to the Greeks.
using music and TV shows right now and Instagram. I follow a bunch of Greek speakers on Instagram, kind of similar to your style of your account. Greek words that are like similar to Turkish. Turkish and Greek words have a lot of similarities.
Oh my God, don't even
The
bring
same
up that rivalry.
words. Yeah. Just like post on Instagram, and then I have a few books that there's a CD that's attached, but that's the one thing that I'm bad about checking is
Yeah.
my book, because
I
it's like put the
mean,
CD in, I'm like I'm not plugging that in.
The function that a book serves for language learning a lot of times is just like it's a guided resource that tells
Mm-hmm.
you what to study and like explains it. But you can get that from like an online course. You can get that from like YouTube videos. So I mean, whatever works for you.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just the books don't work for you.
I don't think the
But-
books really work for me. I think it's the music, because I like listen to music or I'll watch a movie and I'll have the English subtitles on and I'll remember what that word is, and then like try to like look it up and learn like the different ways to pronounce it in sentences and stuff.
Does anyone in your family speak Greek? Like to at least like a conversational level? Or I don't know, because it's like your family's from there, but how recent or like alive was that?
Recent. So I'm second generation. So my dad's father, my papu, is from Greece. So my papu and my yaya were fluent in Greek. That's really all they spoke. But my dad is like also semi-fluent. Him and I didn't really speak past me being like 11 years old.
Yeah.
So like it just didn't really stick around.
Yeah.
But he's more fluent than me.
That's good.
He knows
I mean,
he knows
yeah.
the curse words and shit still for sure.
That's all you need.
At the end of the day,
Everyone knows at least one Greek curse word.
I don't.
Malaka.
What's that?
It's like jerk, asshole. You
You heard
call
it
your
first
friends
here,
Malaka
folks.
too, but in a
Yeah,
joking way. But if
that
you
is
want to
the
be
most
rude,
fun
you can
part.
say it to somebody.
That is the funnest part of learning a language.
It is. But yeah. Trying to learn Greek again, gonna do it. Maybe I'll join Self-Taught Polyglot.
No,
So
yeah.
speaking of Self-Taught
I didn't even talk
Polyglot,
about what it is. I call
Yeah,
it a
what
language
is it?
learning community, but it's like essentially we just have like a language learning platform, or like a community platform where it's like forum based. So there's like, you know, a place where we have like a resource library for all the languages. We have like specific spaces for each of the languages where you can just like immerse and, you know, write posts and talk to people. yeah, we also have like live events. I feel like people keep comparing it. They'll be like, how is this different from a Discord channel or something? I'm like, what?
We aren't weirdos.
I'm like, yeah, okay, first of all, it's the thing is like with the platform that I'm using, it's like just really different, and it's not just like text based or whatever. Yeah, also the fact that like we're hosting live events, it's not just like, you know, a platform where you just log on and talk to people. It's like, it's that, but then also a lot more organized. But yeah, for example, this morning we had a language exchange. Or no, not this morning. We had like a Guess Who game in German. So yeah, it's honestly, I'm trying to figure it all out by myself. I don't have any like admins or moderators yet, which would be helpful since we're at like 170 members.
Wow.
Nice.
But yeah, it's growing. Yeah, that's what it is. And we just get together, practice languages together, and share tips and advice and stuff like that. And yeah, it's nice because there will be a native speaker of the language that you're learning, and like maybe they're learning your language, and so you guys can like exchange. And
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what I've been looking for.
Right.
That's what I was recommending to you because you were
Same.
trying to learn Portuguese.
Really, why?
Yeah.
I got a little bit down. I was gonna try and do a trip to Brazil, but it just kind of fell through. But I'm still gonna go. But yeah,
It's a
the
very
same
pretty
thing with like
language.
lyrics and stuff. There's like a few songs that I just know like word for word in Portuguese.
Really? Which one? Sing it.
Não me deixe só. Água de beber.
How would you baby? Oh, I
Yeah.
love that one. Yeah. So like
There's
mostly
a
like
few others.
bossa nova and samba and things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't speak Portuguese. I can speak
Portuguese.
English.
Oh my god.
You know that song?
I don't.
It's a Portuguese
Sometimes I
song.
just laugh.
Sometimes you're like,
I just figure it out later.
yeah. I'll send you the video later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think that I'm gonna definitely be tapping into Self-Taught Polyglot. You guys should tap into Self-Taught Polyglot.
Dial in.
'Cause
We do like openings every month. It's not like you can just sign up whenever, because I do want to like, as the community grows, keep everybody close.
Yeah.
And you know, not just be like, all right, I want as many people as possible. Like I probably could get more people if I just constantly promoted it through the month and whatever. But we do it like monthly registration at the end of. So like we just had our registration for April yesterday, or no, for May, which is the month it's about to start. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very
Period.
important, I feel like, to keeping like a good community aspect too.
Yeah, I always say that like languages aren't meant to be used alone or learned alone. Like even if you're learning a language, like the idea is like, you know, we're all self-taught, we're teaching ourselves. It's not like, you know, we're doing it with classes or like, I don't know, anything super, super official. But it's better to do that. Like it's basically learning language alone or by yourself doesn't mean that you have to learn it alone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty deep, right?
Pretty deep. No, I think that's the most important way to learn a language is with somebody else, like immersive.
Immersed, baby.
Immersing yourself is important. Like you've been
IMAX 3D.
to so many
40.
countries, and
I know.
especially with like, you know, you just adding Turkish on as your most recent language, you
Yeah.
visiting Turkey for a little bit.
I've been to Turkey twice now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't even start traveling until I was 18, and then I like left the country for the first time. Because like growing up, like we never vacationed anywhere. Like I've never been on a vacation with my family. We only ever went to like Kentucky to visit other family, and I thought that was like vacation, was going to see your family. I didn't realize that people did that like recreationally, like they take cruises and shit. Like that's a crazy concept to me.
Cruises
I
are
don't
just
think-
alone a crazy concept.
I don't think my family could survive that, honestly. Anyways,
Some would be overboard.
but yeah, I'm traveling since I was 18.
There he
I'm
is.
24.
We do this face. It's fucking
that from
terrifying.
I only do that when
I
I'm
can't
around
do
you.
it. I
I
don't
did
know.
it the
I
other
don't
day in
know.
front of Taylor, and Taylor's like, "How do you do it?"
Nothing.
It's so ugly. Kira's so good at it too.
It's such an emotion, though.
It's so
It
scary.
evokes something, actually.
Also, not to mention, you guys, we've got Charlie Puth on the podcast today. Elysse has
been
perfect
long.
pitch.
Actually, no, he has some good. I actually have a song saved
Yeah.
from him. It's like I think it's called like I Don't Think I Like Her Anymore or something like that. I don't think that I like. Don't look at me.
That sounds awful. But we don't talk anymore. Bless you.
We're losing it.
Wait, salud.
How do you say it in? I don't even know how to say one thing in Greek. Efradisto.
Efkaristo?
I don't know. I think I sound like I speak
Yeah,
Russian.
No, to say
Anyways.
bless you is Yitza.
We have to explain the Charlie Puth thing. We can't just say that. She's saying that because I have perfect pitch. On you guys' first episode, y'all talked about perfect pitch for a second, and I was like,
And you were like, same! No, I definitely don't think that I have perfect pitch. I think I just have good, like, sound, like, comparison. Like, I can compare the pitch in my head and then I can repeat it out.
this is called a relative pitch. So like
Relative pitch.
people like, or at least I think that's what that is. It's like when people can identify notes when they have like a reference. So like if you start off with like a C and then I do D, like you would know that that's a D.
Yeah.
Just because I told you that the first one was a C. But yeah, no. I think I thought everybody had that until I was like in orchestra class one day when I was 16, and like the bell rang for class to start, and I talked to my like the other cellist next to me, and I was like, "Do you ever notice that the bell is a C?" She was like, "No." I legit thought that like everybody like could just recognize that, and then yeah, my conductor, he found out that I had it, and so when we tuned our instruments every day, he would just like he would like treat me like a zoo animal. He'd be like, "What's this one?"
Mm-hmm. He's like, poster child, poster
He would
child.
make me tune everybody's fucking instruments, so he didn't have to bring out like the tuner machine.
That's crazy.
Stupid.
He said, I'm gonna use my resources wisely.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of wasted on me though, because I'm not. Well, no, I feel like I would definitely pick music back up if I could like afford the cello lifestyle.
Yeah.
'Cause
Those videos of you playing the cello last year were crazy.
I'm not that good at all. I never like got official training or anything, but just the act of like cellos are expensive and also they're very big, so it's like a commitment if you get one. It's like you have to be in a place where you'll. I feel like I wouldn't like because I might move soon from Chicago.
To where?
I don't know. I'm figuring it
Come
out.
visit New York. See how you like it.
Oh man, we'll see. No, I'll say I'll visit New York.
Come
I don't
come
think I
visit.
could ever live in New York, honestly.
Yeah.
It feels like I don't know. I'm saying that before I've even been there. I've never been to New England, but
Definitely come and visit and stay with us and hang out.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd like it. It's different than Chicago, but it's very similar.
yeah, I just worry about the same things that like I feel like I worried about for LA. That like people are just everybody's like hustling and like no one. Not that everybody's fake, but it's just like everybody's. I feel like it'd be hard to find a sense of community because it's like everybody's individually like entrenched in their own things and stuff. I don't know.
Connecting is hard.
Yeah, it's like it was hard enough to find friends in Chicago when I first moved there, but I don't even know how many people does New York have.
7 million?
Damn, it's like double Chicago's. I don't know.
7 billion
I don't
people
know
in the
about that.
world trying to fit in.
Whatever happened to that chipmunk?
I don't know. I hope he's gone
Snake.
now.
I went home.
Alvin.
Where are y'all thinking? We're at a good point?
About. Y'all had enough of the.
What do you
the
think?
Yap.
I think we're good.
We're
We
good?
got a lot of content in there.
Covered a lot of ground.
All right. So tell the
Fine.
world what you want them to know about you that you've got going on. I feel like Sean Evans right now. Look at this camera, and let the people know what you got going on.
I don't know the fucking reference, but.
Oh, it's Hot Ones.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he had a name.
Look at this camera.
Just the host.
And this
but-
camera only, and let the people know what you got going on.
So yeah, recap. My name's Elysse DaVega, self-taught polyglot. Look it up if you want to join and learn languages or, get started. Yeah, we have a good community going. And yeah, I hope that everyone has a great day. That's it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thanks so much for being on Yap City episode
Thanks
3.
for having me.
Bye. Period. Bye.